The one who renews your youth like the eagles did not design your face to carry the story of defeat. He crowns your life with goodness and mercy. Time was never meant to erase his fingerprints from you. It's one thing what you see when you stand in front of the mirror. It's a whole different reality how astonishingly God sees you, and how you still haven't fully chosen to believe it. You were not supposed to be this attractive at this age, not according to their expectations, and not according to the script the enemy wrote for you. Yet here you are, carrying a beauty that does not match what you've survived. Hello and welcome, my dear friend. You're starting to look more and more attractive at an age where you were not expected to glow like this. But it's not because you suddenly found the right cream, or the right filter, or the right angle. It's because somewhere along the way, you started loving yourself as God's deliberate creation, instead of treating yourself like a project that never measures up. You stopped relating to your face like a problem to fix. You stopped assuming time was your enemy. You started realizing you were never past your prime. You were buried, covered under shame, comparison, and the opinions of people who decided for you when you were allowed to feel beautiful. And the truth is, you're not just getting more beautiful. You're finally catching up to the beauty that was always there. The beauty your years were supposed to erase, but couldn't. That's the shift. You used to call them flaws. Now you're starting to see God's design. You used to fold under compliments. Now you don't flinch as easily, because deep down, part of you agrees, even if you're still getting used to that agreement. And it's not arrogant. It's that quiet, grounded knowing that says, yes, this is who I've always been. Even here, even now, even at this age. This is what happens when your self-image starts to move closer to heaven's image of you. When you start to entertain the idea that maybe, just maybe, God did not miscalculate when he chose your face, your presence, your timing. It's not that you didn't used to be attractive. Of course you were. But now you know it in a way that has weight. And that knowing is what people are feeling when they're around you. Beauty is not just symmetry. It's resonance. It's not just what someone sees. It's what happens inside them when you walk into their space. And right now, you are carrying a resonance that even your body had to respond to. Your eyes look clearer, not because life has been easy, but because you stopped lying to yourself. Your face holds more softness, not because nothing hurts, but because you chose not to let every hit become your identity. There is a steadiness in your expression that cannot be manufactured with age-defying anything. That's not just glow. That's God. That's what happens when you stop rejecting your own reflection and start agreeing with the truth heaven has been speaking over you for years. When you stop begging to be chosen and start living like someone already chosen. When you finally accept that your worth was never tied to youthfulness or perfection, but to presence, to endurance, to the way you kept going with a heart that refused to turn to stone. Some people around you will never understand this shift. They'll assume you did something external, new routine, new diet, new phase. But what really happened was this. You stopped listening to the story of anyone else and started seeing only what God wrote about you. You stopped accepting the timeline where you fade while everyone else gets to shine. You stopped chasing what the world calls attractive, and you started becoming magnetic, because you're no longer trying to be liked into feeling safe. You're learning to love yourself with the same reverence God had when he formed you in the first place. That's a different level of glow. That's not surface, that's soul. And now, people are responding to something they can't even understand. They don't just see your face, they feel your journey. They feel the peace you fought for. Some hover at the edges of your life again, trying to figure out what changed in you, while hoping you don't notice how closely they're watching. Whether or not they compliment you, they feel it. Whether or not they say anything, they notice. And here's the part that makes it so spiritually charged. Your attractiveness now contradicts the story they were hoping to tell about you. In their plan, You were supposed to be more insecure by now, more regretful, more desperate for attention. Instead, you walk with a kind of belonging that comes from finally believing you are not late or left behind, but right in the divine timing of your life. In the past, your energy used to wobble. You used to carry yourself with disclaimers, apology, over-explaining, second-guessing every choice. But now, you move like someone who has seen too much of God's faithfulness to keep apologizing for taking up space. And when someone finally believes they were designed with care, even after everything they've been through, the body reacts. The voice settles. The light in their eyes stops flickering and starts staying. This isn't about chasing youth. It's about living in a way that makes your years look holy instead of wasted. You're not attractive now because you found some secret formula. You're attractive because your energy has stopped arguing with your truth. There's less conflict in your glow, less shame in your softness, less apology in the way you carry the story written on your face. You're not decorating yourself to be noticed. You're radiating something that can't be replicated. And those who are meant to recognize you will feel that before they ever understand it. So when their reactions get strange, when they seem unsettled, overly fascinated, or quietly jealous, remember this. You're not the problem to fix. You're the proof. Proof that you were not supposed to be this attractive by now. And yet, with God's hand on you, you are. But this glow doesn't land in a neutral world. It lands among people who built entire stories in their minds about where you'd be by now and what you would look like getting there. Some of them expected you to stay a little lost forever, always doubting yourself, always needing their advice, their approval, their validation. So when they see you now, calmer, clearer, more at home in your own skin, it unsettles something in them they don't want to face. When someone has quietly enjoyed feeling better, younger, more desirable, more ahead than you, your continued attractiveness at this age interferes with their comfort. Because your face now carries evidence that God was with you in places they never saw. Your presence carries evidence that you healed from wounds they assumed would define you. Chosen ones, that kind of evidence does not go unnoticed. So some people respond with distance. They pull back because your existence challenges the way they measure themselves. Others respond with imitation. Suddenly, they mirror your style, your tone, even your language, without ever acknowledging the shift. They don't realize it, but what they're really reaching for is the peace behind your look, not just the look itself. And then there are those who become overly polite, overly sweet, overly supportive, while something in their eyes never quite relaxes. They're trying to manage how your presence makes them feel. You sense all of this. You feel the tension in rooms, in messages, in silences. And a part of you wonders, am I imagining this? Am I reading too much into it? You're not. You're simply awake enough now to see what your spirit has been picking up for years. Your attractiveness at this age is not a shallow detail. It is a visible sign that what tried to age you prematurely, stress, heartbreak, constant proving, spiritual war, didn't get the last word. Your kind of obedience and endurance does not stay invisible forever. Eventually, it comes out through your face, your posture, the way you sit in your own skin. So when people feel jealous, uncomfortable, or oddly fixated, it is not proof that you did something wrong. It's proof that your life with God has become visible. They are not just seeing your appearance, they're colliding with the fact that you aged, but you did not wither. That you were hurt, but you did not become hard to love. That you lost things, but you did not lose yourself. And that does something to people who expected your story to validate their assumptions about what is possible. This is why you must be careful not to internalize their reactions as shame or doubt. Their distance does not mean you should dim. Their envy does not mean you should hide. Their discomfort does not mean you've gone too far. It means your life no longer fits in the old frame. You are not a threat. because you tried to be one. You are a threat to lies about age, about worth, about who gets to glow and when. So when you notice the stares, the strange silence, the way some people don't know how to be around you anymore, let this be your anchor. You are not the disruption. You are the evidence. Evidence that God can carry someone through what should have broken them and have them come out not just alive, but radiant. Thank you so much for taking this journey with me. If you found value in this message, please like the video and share it with others who might benefit. Don't forget to subscribe and continue your amazing journey by watching one of the videos showing on your screen that resonates with you the most. See you there.